All right, Ricky Starks will sign his contract and he will join All Elite Wrestling. So he's going to work as a heel, set to be a cocky gimmick. I'm happy with that. I think that's going to be his strong suit. 76 star quality, 73 sex appeal, 71 stamina. Those are some of his best stats. Good reputation. Experience is okay. Psychology. His in-ring skills are not amazing, but there's definitely good potential there with his star quality. So we'll see how he goes. I think he'll be doing pretty well. He's better as a heel. Okay, so definitely keeping him as heel is the way to go. So, not sure what the plan will be for him. We'll just try and find him a spot and get him in the mix. I'd like to give him a few matches on Dark or something like that just to see how well he performs. And then we can kind of evaluate from there. Because I need to see if he's worth pushing yet or not. So that's good. We've got Ricky Starks on the roster. Alright, Alberto's got 60 pop. Lita is still apparently a wrestler. Austin Aries. Wow, Austin Aries has some really freaking good stats. My God. If anyone could put up with Austin Aries' bullshit, he probably would be a nice addition to the roster. Austin Aries, huh? Austin Aries is like, if Enzo's bad for the locker room, then what is Austin Aries? Because that dude has the biggest attitude problem you'll come across. But nonetheless, good worker. Really good worker. Cain Velasquez. I don't have time to invest in him. Carlito's still hanging around. Big Cass. Big Cass is 35. Wow. It's pretty old, considering. But, yeah, he definitely a guy, him and Enzo would work pretty well, but what about Great Khali? Bring him back for another run. Enzo, he's got 45 pop. Yeah, not too bad. Eric Young, good worker. I think Eric Young should go back to Impact. Go back to Impact and keep working there. Eric Rowan, no thanks. And as I said, EC3, if I was going to sign anyone out of this, it would be him. But it's just, as someone said, like, is he too similar to MJF? Would you make him a babyface to make him a little bit different? What would you do with EC3? That's a good question. Whilst I would love to have him on the roster, what would I do with him? He's got 40 pop, so I can't really insert him as a main event guy straight away. I need to build him up. And that might take me a while. Well, obviously the club would be good to bring in. Gallows and Anderson. Yeah, that'd be a good team, but I don't think I really need them at the moment. That's the thing. Mr. Anderson's only 43. Okay. Well, I've always been a fan of Mr. Anderson, but I think his time has come and gone. And after seeing him on NWA, he's not the best shape in the world at the moment, but always been a fan. Rowdy Ronda. She'd be great for our women's division. We need all the help we can get, all the star power we can get, but she's gone for 9 months anyways. Rusev. Yeah. 59 pop, Rusev. Again, I don't know what I would do with Rusev. I don't think I would push him. Sean Waltman apparently still wrestles. There you go. And the broski, Zack Ryder. In WWE news, it is reported that they are set to debut a brand new stable called the Guard Dogs. Apparently, it's King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Bobby Lashley. Well, where's the big dog? Where's Roman Reigns? You can't have a guard dog stable without Roman Reigns. Holy, that is like the worst stable name that they could potentially come up with. The Guard Dogs. That's like a future endeavored team. Like, what was that team name with Rusev, Wade Barrett, League of Nations or something like that? That's like that's what it reminds me of this. Like, just future endeavored. Just career killer. Alright, let's book this week's episode of Dark. So, backstage incidents. Daniels and Austin Gunn. Well, thank God for that. Christopher Daniels has taken Austin Gunn under his wing as a protege Daniels has the stalwart personality, and Austin Gunn has the relaxed personality. Okay, well, apparently the personalities need matter in that situation. Well, that's good. Daniels might be able to help Austin Gunn a little bit more, which is great. Kenny Omega came to you backstage and said that he thinks Sammy Guevara has a bright future and that he'd be willing to put him over in order to help him take to the next level. Wow. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know this kind of thing would happen in the game. The offer is good for one match and will expire in 2 months. Kenny Omega is willing to put over Sammy Guevara. Well, then, there you go. The Sex Gods versus Omega and Page. Book it. It's going to happen. Omega wants to do it. Alright, this week's edition of AEW Dark. Let's take a look at the results. Open the show with the Best Friends hyping up a match against Adam Page and Kenny Omega for 50. Not bad. Not too bad at all. Probably better than I expected from a Best Friends promo. Anna Jay and Chris Statlander for 34. Chris Statlander, 39. Wow. That's actually pretty good for our women's standards. That's probably one of the best I've seen so far. Not too bad. Anna Jay, 23. Statlander picked up the win. And then afterwards, Statlander and Bea Priestley got into a bit of a confrontation. Statlander called her out to the ring, but Priestley backed down. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. We had a bit of a Dark Order recruitment drive meeting where all the members of the Dark Order, they're out there at their headquarters or undisclosed location, and they've got all the people that they want to try and recruit on a board, and they're trying to talk about tactics and ways that they can try and get them to join. So, bit of a recruitment drive there, and probably work out alright. Brody Lee at the top of that, and he's the main guy in that segment for 37. Hybrid 2 took on Janela and Kiss, and we actually gave the Hybrid 2 a win. A rare win for them. Jack Evans, 46, and Helico, 49. Sonny Kiss, 36. Joey Janela, 46. I don't know why Janela and Kiss are teaming up, but they're doing it in real life, so we'll do it in the game. We've got nothing else going on for them, so why not? 36 rated segment. Ali versus Emi Sakura for 8. Oh my god. I know Sakura is bad, but jeez, 8? Ali did not do any favors there. Well, she picked up the win, but oof. Yikes, that's a bad match. Nyla Rose trying to turn the show around as she cut a promo on Sheeta for 39. Don't think that really was that successful in turning the show around, but we'll try. And our main event was probably a little bit better than I expected. 49 for the Private Party versus Best Friends. Best Friends picked up the win to just give them a win just before Fyter Fest to make them deserve the title shot a little bit more. Mark Quinn, 44. Isaiah Cassidy, 53. Nearly outperformed Best Friends. Taylor and Trent, 49 apiece. So, Private Party, definitely a team we need to invest in as well. They're a good team. And it gives us a 39 rated show. Ugh, not good. Not good. We didn't quite succeed with our goal of beating last week's Dark, but nonetheless, it's okay. Learn from our mistakes. We didn't have any major stars on this show, to be fair. We really just had lower card guys on this show, so no surprise we didn't have a great one. Let's take a look at this week's Dynamite. We start the show with FTR versus Superbad Death Squad. Good match. FTR 63 and 64. Jimmy Havoc 50. Sabian 44. 65 rated match. Good stuff. Not too bad. That's the perfect way to start the show. Then we had the Butcher and Blade fought FTR. They needed a little bit more star power in this segment to have a successfully have the Blade and the Butcher fight for that long. Okay, so the beatdown was a little bit too long for the lack of star power. Okay. Alright. 41, so that's good to know for next time. Nyla Rose beat Shanna for 45. My goodness, we actually had an okay women's match. Nyla 46, Shanna 32. Well, we did it. We had a passable women's match. Congratulations, we have finally done it. Cody cuts a promo on Jake Hager for 69. Cody looked pretty good out there, and that should help the storyline between Hager and Cody quite a bit for Fyter Fest. 69 is very good. Butcher and Blade had a match as well. I think we're going to get in trouble for using Butcher and Blade too much on this show. I didn't realize we had Butcher and Blade wrestle as well. Oh well, it's done now. Butcher and Blade beat the Gun Club. Blade 36, Butcher 32, Austin Gunn 25, Billy 36, and we had the Butcher and Blade pick up the win. 33 rated match. We did protect Billy Gunn, so hopefully he won't lose any popularity, but the Butcher and Blade pick up a much needed win. Brody Lee talked about his upcoming match with Colt Cabana and what he's going to do to Colt Cabana to try and convince him to join the Dark Order. 42 rated segment. Lance Archer gets a squash win over Brent Tate this time. Lance 66, Tate 27, 51 rated match. This is why I'm interested in doing something with Lance, because he's got a lot of potential with his performances. They're really strong in squash matches, and hopefully that will help his popularity surge up in the future with these good matches he's doing. We had a big brawl backstage. SCU got in a bit of a scuffle with Wardlow and MJF, and the locker room came out there to help break things up for 51. So we did lose some heat with our storyline there, but it was not a bad little segment to get everyone involved. So the match is going to be MJF versus Daniels at Fyter. Wow! We had a 99 rated segment. Well, there you go. We finally did something. Chris Jericho cut a promo on Orange Cassidy. Must be one of the greatest promos of all time. 99. Inner Circle are out there too. Jericho challenged Orange Cassidy to a match. 99 rated segment, which is, in our previous saves, 99 is like what we would expect out of a top guy cutting a promo. But in this save, we've struggled to get anything beyond 60 or 70. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we hit a 99, which is unbelievable. Which would, I tell you what, I think Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy are going to have the match of the night at Fyter Fest now. They're going. It's got to happen with all the storyline heat that these guys have got now. I expect it. And we bring it back down with the women's match for 39. Actually, that's not bad for the women. 39's not bad. Mel 30. Leva Bates and Bea Priestley, they teamed up together. Leva Bates 28, Bea 32, Sadie Gibbs 29, Big Swole 31. Statlander the best in the match for 44. And Statlander's team of Gibbs, Swole, and herself got the win. The crowd don't want to see Bea Priestley and they don't want to see Mel. So that's a big issue because we're trying to push Bea Priestley and the crowd really don't want to see her. Yet they want to see Leva Bates. I don't get this crowd. 39 for that segment. Here's a good match. Adam Page, Kenny Omega beat the Natural Nightmares for 75. Omega 86, Adam Page 76, QT Marshall 43, Dustin Rhodes 52. Well, Omega and Page work very well together as a tag team. They actually have great chemistry as a team, which is a surprise. But there you go. I mean, with these types of performances, maybe you want to keep them teaming up long term. Maybe 75, great match. And that will help out the best friends in Omega Page storyline big time. Probably should have been the main event, because here was the main event. The main event was Brian Cage versus Broken Matt Hardy. And we went with a bit of a surprise win. Brian Cage got the win over Matt Hardy. So Matt Hardy's got a lot more popularity than Brian Cage, but we figured, you know what, if we're going to push Brian Cage and Moxley, then Brian needs a big win to solidify him as the top guy, and he got it over Matt Hardy. Brian Cage 54, Matt Hardy 65. That really suggests to me that at Fyter Fest, Moxley and Cage will not be a great match, because Brian Cage just doesn't have enough pop at this point to make that happen, which sucks. But apparently Brian Cage and Taz are not on the same sides of things, so we need to make Taz a heel, I would say. There you go. 64 rated match in the end, which is not bad. Not the best match on the show, though. And one last segment. This is pretty good. 70 rated segment between Cage and Moxley, who had a big wild brawl with the whole roster coming out to try and break things up. So Moxley was good, lifted the segment. 70 rated segment that will help the storyline and hopefully get it to a point where they have a good match at Fyter Fest. I'm hopeful that they do. Hopeful that they do. And that gives us our best show to date, 66 overall. And I felt like that was probably our best show that we've booked. We had a good main event with a good final segment. The tag match with Omega and Page was great. Jericho had an unbelievable promo. Cody was good in the middle. FTR started off strong. I feel like that's our best one we've done, and it needed to be because that was our go-home show for Fyter Fest. So that makes me feel a little bit better that, I think we're on the right track. Okay, let's take a look at this week's NXT show. They drew 1,700. Adam Cole was the best on the show. They had a 1.92 TV rating, 1.4 million viewers again. Cole defeated Velveteen Dream in an 82 rated match to keep the NXT title. Oh God. That's what we have to compete with. We are nowhere near that type of number, 82. Alright, well, we've got a bit of work to do. Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa beat Karrion Kross and Johnny Gargano. Well, how's Karrion Kross doing? He had a 60, so he was the worst in the match. That's still not bad considering he's got 47 pop, which is pretty good actually for where he's probably should be. But there you go. NXT had a 69 rated show, so they are still doing better than us. So we have to lift our game. Our episode of Dynamite had a 1.15 TV rating, 864,000, which I think was about a 50,000 viewer increase. So we had a good outing. We had a good show for sure. Rebel's got a contract offer, good for her. So that's a much bigger improvement for us. Our next show will be Fyter Fest, and we need to make sure we have the best possible show there that we can. Because if we do, then look, I think we're on track to gain a bit of popularity and really improve our company a little bit. And we really need the money as well. We need to have a big show, a big buy rate to try and fix the fact that we're $600,000 in debt. And I feel like that number's only going to increase greatly as well. So we need to turn Taz heel. I didn't realize he was not a heel, so that needs to happen. And that's really about it. Park's got some issues. How do I view that? Irritated because he hasn't been used. Well, I think we give him 2 weeks of time off. Considering that we can't use him because of the corona thing. So that will fix that. 2 weeks of paid time off, that will fix his issues. Might check to see if we had any advancement of popularity. Obviously the big one's Brian Cage had the win over Hardy. And he did. He went up to 49, which is great. Went up by 2 points, I believe. He was at 47. He did drop at 1 point up to 49. Which makes me worry, what's Matt Hardy at now? Is it... Let's hope it's not like 57 or something. He's broken Matt Hardy. So it's hopefully not too bad. 57, 58. Okay. I mean, Hardy lost 2 to 3 points for Brian Cage to gain 2 points. Take the good with the bad, I suppose. Take the good with the bad. Chris Jericho had a hell of a promo. Did that help his pop? No surprise, but what about like Orange Cassidy? I don't even know he was mentioned yet. Santana and Ortiz, those guys are in the promo. They're out there, but that doesn't help them. Butcher and Blade are at 25. What were they at before? Was it 25? They're at 24, so they've gone up a point each. So that's good. That's a start. That's a little bit of progression. That's what we want to see. Best Friends and Omega Page, 58 heat. It's a little low. Would have liked it a little bit more than that. But you can see that we had a couple of good segments, but a few lousy ones in between that cost us. Anything that Omega and Page did was good. Anything that Best Friends did was not. Jericho and Cassidy have 69 heat. That's the best out of the lot, I think. Cody, 61. Not bad. Would have liked a little bit more. Cabana and Brody Lee somehow have 53. I don't think they deserve that, but there you go. FTR vs Butcher and Blades, 57. That's pretty good, considering. Not bad. MJF and SCU's 57, not too bad. Mox and Cage, 66. So that's probably alright. Like, considering what they've done, it's probably fair enough. Probably a little higher than what it deserves, but I'm happy with that. Would have liked to have got that to 70, but a little bit tough. We probably need to have Moxie cut a promo on his own to maybe get that. And Sheeta vs Rose is 45, which is actually probably a lot better than that deserves as well. So there you go. Well, we'll leave it with that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching on the YouTube, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to see more.